What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another exciting episode of That's Random Podcast. This is the show where we take a little time to explore the extraordinary and ordinary. And I am none other than your host, that guy, the one and only Nerdy G. Always going to be Nerdy G. Listen, if this is your first time, thanks for stopping by. If you're returning, welcome back. Y'all know how we get down here. Listen, best way to support, help Nerdy's Umbrella continue to grow, like, subscribe, share first and foremost, like, subscribe, and share this content. Then also, too, listen, merchandise. Go directly to the site. I got premium wear for you, right? That's Random Podcast. Always exploring extraordinary and ordinary. T-shirts, hoodies, all the above. Just go check the merch out. Reasonable pricing, great quality material. Check it out. Support, and let us keep going and doing the things that we do over here. The greatest. Be sure to check out the Brunch Chicks. Be sure to check out the Red Cup Edition. And be sure to check out Snack Time with the one and only Nerdy G. Today, this is a conversation that I've been trying to avoid having on this main show. I want to have this conversation on the Red Cup. But I want to let you know there are people who keep ducking this conversation. And it's sad, but it's almost about to be a year. It's almost, if it hasn't already been a year, of the debacle, the beef, the rabbit beef that was Drake and Kendrick. I'm gonna cut the theatrics. Drake and Kendrick, okay? When they came to a head and they gave us blow by blow by blow by blow, we understand what happened. War happened. Some people got hurt. Some people bowed out. Some people act like, what you talk about? Why y'all thought he was talking about him? He was talking about me. Some people folded. Some people, they took sides behind the scenes. Some people didn't take any sides. Some people just tucked their tails and ran away because of who these two people are. Now, here's the kicker. It was a moment. It happened, and everything thereafter, the aftermath, has been, in my opinion, a shit show. What you want me to say? I'm telling you it is what it is. It's been a shit show. But it's been a shit show because of these casual fans who have not listened to both parties throughout the years. Now, you can go out there and find on YouTube some wonderful breakdowns of how the beef got started, or how they're breaking down bars, and these bars were sent to this person, this bars were sent to that person, whatever. Cool. If you know the history, then you know. But the casual fans, the people who just want to talk about it just to talk about it, and they don't really know anything about the artist that is Kendrick Lamar, the artist that is Drake. They don't have a dog in the race, but want to argue you down about who you picked, who you lean towards, who you relate to more. Music is subjective. That we do know. We're not going to argue that. You might like Playboi Carti, and you might not like A Boogie with the Hoodie. You might like 50 Cent, and not like Rick Ross. You might fuck with Kanye, but don't fuck with J. Cole. So forth and so forth. Neither here nor there. Okay? But the casual fan made the shit show even worse, because we had everybody talking about it. We had all of these worst takes. We had all of this just foolery on top. It's like, no, that's not what happened. No, that's not what was said. No, this is not that. No. But then when you try to ask them a question directly, a direct question, okay, they can't even answer the questions. Okay, why do you like the Kendrick track better? What Kendrick songs do you go back and play? oh, I'm not even a real big fan. I mean, what outside of what I hear on the radio. Okay, well, what what Drake songs do you listen to? Oh man, shoot, outside of what they play on the radio and outside. And I'm like, who's listening to the radio? I mean, I've been streaming for the past, I don't know, 6-7 years. If that's the case, like, I mean, I can't remember a time where I wasn't on YouTube music. I really don't. So you don't even listen to these two artists, but you got something to say about them. And some of y'all got like a little buzz, and that buzz, y'all are out there talking about it. And it's just like, why are you talking? If you don't really listen to artists, then don't say nothing about them. Don't say nothing about them. Okay? Don't. Okay? Listen, 21 Savage, love his music. Okay? Kodak Black, love his music. Right? Do I sit down and listen to Kodak Black albums start to finish? I don't. If somebody had a Kodak Black conversation, my 2 cents is literally 2 cents. Literally 2 cents. I like when I hear him on records. Can I tell you the name of those records? No. But I like when I hear him on records. Have I went and picked up and listened to a full album front to back in one setting of Kodak Black's music? No. Have I done that with 21 Savage? Yes. Have I done it with all his albums? No. What I've heard, I like. Do I feel like I can have a conversation about their catalog? No. Can I say he flows on the tracks that I've heard? Yes. I've heard Kodak with Gucci and Bruno. I've heard Kodak on his Gremlin song. I've heard Kodak by himself. That's Project Baby. Okay. Kodak's good. I like his flow. I like his style. I like it. But that's all I can tell you is that I like it. That's it. I can't have no argument with you going back and forth and telling you, oh, his lyrics was shot at this person or this lyrics was at this person. I can't tell you that. Drake and Kendrick, these folks came in and they just wanted to say, well, this is this and this and this. And the takes were horrible. The takes were horrible. Drake, some time ago, made a post. And then he made a post talking about how he grew up not non-confrontational. And something to the fact that how he loved hip hop. There were horrible conversations out there on what hip hop was, and it came from the West Coast. I'm not gonna stand down from that. Some of them were sitting on Academics platform, and the way that they was trying to explain hip hop and say how Drake was not hip hop baffled the hell out of me. I wanted to jump on live. I wanted to hop on my platform at that moment and just go off, but that wouldn't be nerdy. Okay? I take a little time. I take my time with these things. But some of us who are into the rap, who are into hip hop, because hip hop is more than just rap. And I'm gonna put a pin in that for right now. But hip hop is more than just rap. If you look at rap as a sport, which a lot of these lyricists do, some of these rappers do, they always talking about feed me rappers, or I'll kill a rapper, or I'll lyrically destroy a rapper. A lot of the competition is you're not going to out-rap me on a verse. I'm not going to give you a feature and you're not going to out-rap me. There are conversations out there who had the better verse, right? Pick a song on Fucking Problems. Who had the better verse? 2 Chainz said he had the better verse, but his verse didn't make it to the one that went out to the world. When you go and you look at Stand Up, who had the better verse on there? Is it Wayne? Is it T.I.? Is it Trick Daddy? You know what I'm saying? When you go and you look at Blessings, who had the better verse? Big Sean, Drake, Kanye. What about the one Lamborghini Mercy with the whole good music? Who had the better verse? Rappers take rap as a sport. They make sure that nobody wants to kill them in their raps. If we're on the same track, I gotta eat. I gotta be better than the next person or the person before me. I gotta make y'all forget about their verse and focus only on my verse. That whole Drake, Kanye, Lil Wayne, Eminem, who had the best verse on there? Conversations, real conversations. So when you look at the battle, the war, you go track for track, creativity, who had the better bars, who was creative, who stuck to it, and who has more memorable lines, but also too, the bigger platforms are going to tell you it's about the theatrics. It's about how it was presented. In beef, yeah, I get it. Some say, oh, the double tap that Kendrick did. Say, okay, cool. Ask a casual fan. What song came out before Not Like Us? Right. If I'm not mistaken, it was Meet the Grams. Meet the Grams didn't Heard Family Matters. I gotta double tap them. I'm gonna step on Family Matters, which the shit. If you ask me, Drake put together a well put song addressing Kendrick and addressing everybody else who wanted to say something to him during that time. Meet the Grams didn't give you the shock value. Meet the Grams has no quotables. Nobody actually kind of remember that song. They don't talk about that song. It's Euphoria and Not Like Us. So, hands down, Not Like Us, the beat, sick. Out this world. It's going to make you bop. Sorry. Okay. It's going to make you bop. It's going to make you dance. Okay. It's going to make you want to get up and do something. Your body just be like, ugh. Okay. You did. What's your quotables outside of A minor? What's your quotables outside of wop, 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 wop? What you got? The fact that hey, Drake, I heard you like him young. Okay, cool. It's a bop. We like the beat. Same thing with Like That. We like the beat. We like the we like the beat. The beat made us move. They parried the end of Family Matters, which was crazy to me. It was foul. It was flagrant. It was out the way. That whole Kendrick just opened his mouth. I'm about to put I'm not even going to say it. That was disrespectful. Whoever made that on AI, whatever, y'all are fucking horrible, okay? I laughed, but it was horrible. Leave it to the internet. That's what they're going to do. But you casual fans who thought that was the real verse made it not fun for me. Made it not fun for a lot of fans of rap beef. Because now you're taking away from the actual song because this is being played more than the actual song. Do I think Drake has a fighting chance in this damn lawsuit? Hell yeah, I do. I'm going to be honest with you. Every Kendrick album I've listened to once. I go back to certain songs that I like, and that's it. In my algorithm, when I listen to my music, Kendrick is not there. Before the beef, And just to show you, I listened on YouTube Music, on Spotify, and I listen on Apple Music. On Apple Music, I listen to my white country music. All of my alternative music, I listen to all that on Apple Music. I listen to my ratchet stuff on YouTube Music because it's right there. And I like that. I like that. And if they got a video and they shaking ass, I want to see that. Okay? Shout out to YouTube Music for doing that. But on my YouTube Music, remove. I don't listen to Kendrick. I don't listen to Kendrick on YouTube Music. I don't listen to Kendrick on Spotify. Kendrick goes on my Apple Music. The crazy part about that is when I'm listening to Drake, when I'm listening to 21, when I'm listening to Moneybagg Yo, fuck with that dude. That dude is fucking awesome. When I'm listening to T Grizzly, when I'm listening to Kodak 21, right? Joey Badass. That's my YouTube music algorithm. Don't understand how Kendrick keeps popping up in my shit, in my playlist. Because every time he comes up, prior to the beef, remove, and before the beef, I didn't get any Kendrick music in my playlist. Then all of a sudden, here he is popping up in every single last one of my playlists. My LSG R&B playlist, he popped up in there. I said, now what in the fuck is going on here? It wasn't the Not Like Us song, but it was the one with him and SZA. That is not an R&B song. Why the fuck is it there? Y'all understand? Something shady was going on behind the scenes to push. I did a show and I said the issue was Drake has been on top for too long. That's it. Nobody wants to see one person reign for that damn long. He stayed relevant. He's always in. We haven't missed him. If you don't get a chance to miss a person, you resent the person. The thing was, it was so much Drake hate out the gate before anything. And it was like, they didn't champion Ricky. They didn't champion Future. They didn't champion ASAP or whoever else took a shot at Drake. They did not champion any of those guys. Kendrick, they championed. Kendrick, not Future, not Rick, not The Weeknd, not ASAP. Kendrick. They championed Kendrick. They go, oh, he got 22. he got 22 Grammys. Cool. He hasn't really put different artists, two different artists. Both artists are on record saying if they would have went away from the pop shit and he would have stayed, if Drake said if he would have went away from the pop shit and stayed on some conscious shit, he wouldn't have as big a following as he has. Kendrick went conscious rap versus pop. So he has a cult fan base, a cult following, which shows up, he drops music, we listen, and within 2 weeks, we on to the next shit. Drake dropped something, we're talking about that for at least 6 to 8 weeks. Drake put that in the song. That's the beauty. If you go back and you listen to, I'm not gonna be the one. Yes, I'm a Drake fan. If you go back through his music, he's told you everything that was going to happen up to this point. He knew that they was coming to get him. He had other rappers tell him that this is how they're going to do you. Jay-Z told him, this is how they're going to do you. You have to distance yourself. Drake, to me, is the rapper who flew too close to the sun. He wanted that light. He kept on flying by. He kept on flying by. You know how the fucking little fly just keep on and then finally get his ass get zapped. And that's what happened. He got zapped. The people that is right there with the light, they zapped his ass. There was nowhere that you look. Left, right, Jose press, up, down, left, right, Jose press, start. Everybody, it seemed, appeared to be a Drake hater out of nowhere. Just out of nowhere. And it was like the bigger platforms. They started that months before. Months before. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to do it here. Listen, there are tons of YouTube videos out there that are showing you where some of these top platforms were already talking about Drake in a negative way. You plant the seed, let it, let it fertilize, do what you got to do, water it, it grows. So when this came to a head, was it a wonderful match? Yes. Did it get lopsided real quick? It did. People, even the antics up to Kendrick actually dropping tracks, it was like Drake was doing what he was doing. And then they said, oh, well, Kendrick did to Drake what Drake normally does to other people, and he did it better. And it's like, how so? Explain it. Casual fans, explain it. Hardcore fans, explain it. The hardcore fans weren't speaking. They was just like, we got one on his ass. That's it. They wouldn't go in depth. They wouldn't go in detail. They sat there and let the casual fan try to explain it, which kind of made it like, these people don't know what they're talking about because they don't really follow rap music this way. Push forward. I'm not going to keep y'all here that long. Push forward. The thing is, when you look at the songs that Kendrick put out and you look at the songs that Drake put out, one is, you still can go out there, listen, find the Snoop Dogg, Tupac, Drake collab, right? The AI collab. When you go and you look at how he did it, it was creative. When you look at it, drop, you look at the push-ups, you look at the Family Matters. I'm not including the Heart Part 6 or whatever the fuck that was. I'm not including that. Just like most Kendrick fans don't want to include Meet the Grams. I feel like there was another song in there between Euphoria, Meet the Grams, and Not Like Us. I feel like there was one more song. I could be wrong. But whatever it was, if you want to add like that, then there's 4-4. But when you look at it and you go back and you listen, not as a fan, but not as a fan of the artists themselves, but as just a fan of rap and hip hop, and you take out all of the other things, the other noise, the strong hate for Drake, and you listen to those pins, then you make a real life decision based off the music. The antics, the double tap. The double tap, in my opinion, was because Meet the Grams did not hit as hard as it could, because Family Matters squashes that shit. Family Matters squashes that. Not Like Us, the beat, the catchy tune, the sing-along moment element that it had in it. My thing with Family Matters, You got the drop, drop, drop. That's fire at the beginning, but then you switch it up twice. You can't do that. When you look at how he did Duppy Freestyle, that was smooth straight through. They say he lost to Pusha T. Duppy Freestyle was better than the story of Adion. It was better. Back to back, he didn't switch it up. But because of the way that he did Family Matters, he switched it up. Didn't give people time to live with the drop. Didn't give people time to live with that. But he addressed Kendrick twice. 3 times, really. He addressed him in each verse and each beat drop. But that's in a person's mind. It's like 3 songs, 1 with a hook, and the other 2, not so much. And then the 3rd one got parodied. So you really didn't. So depending on how goofy you are, you probably took the 3rd verse as a joke, which was actually well put together, and disregarded because, in my opinion, disregarded because of the parody. Disregarded because the double tap with the sing-along element, with the catchy beat, and then the catchy hook. Not saying, I'm not going to sit up and say, oh, Drake won. But when you sit down and you go bar for bar and you look at it and you're a student of hip-hop and rap, you understand. Total different look. You casual fans took a great moment. I'm still going to call it a great moment. I'm still going to look at it as for what it is. The 2 biggest in the game. Let me rephrase that. The 2 most regarded artists in the game during my time went head to head. I appreciate the moment. I appreciate the back and forth. I don't appreciate everything outside of it. I don't appreciate the misinformation. I don't appreciate the trying to change the optics from the bigger platforms. Just because you're a bigger platform doesn't mean that your opinion is right. But then when I see you and I go back and I see you dropping these little Drake hate, like I said, nobody likes to see somebody on top for that long, especially when this was your lane and he took it and he did it way better than you. Crazy. But when you drop those nuggets, you have to be responsible with your platform. So you already you planted the seed. Now everybody's disliking this guy, or everybody's on the like, yeah, fuck yeah, you know what, Drake, Drake shit ain't really been hitting that. It's not your fault. It's not my fault, not your fault, if people can't think for themselves. But if they're that easy to be led, then I mean, hey, do what you do. The fix was in. It was, like you say, it was a 20v1. Everybody had something to say. And nobody says, we give you skill for not only addressing your biggest competition, but addressing everybody else. The person on the biggest platform said, I don't want you to do that. I don't care about you doing that. What you need to do is you need to fuck everybody else, focus on that person, and kill that motherfucker. That's the only person you need. But if everybody else got something to say, let me tap. Let me get everybody out. Let me address him, tap them, and still address him, and then address him again solo. That's what happened. But when you disregard that, oh, that's bullshit. You got to be responsible with your platform. You weren't responsible with your platform. You added on to those casual fans. Well, such and such said because this person is the highest, or this person, the platform, all the platforms are saying this. And then the aftermath. And all of these casual fans, oh, He didn't do this. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. That's some bullshit. I don't honestly believe that nobody in this fucking world would allow a person to defame them regardless of what the standards are. If I start to lose money because of the thought of that this may be true, and the fact that the other one, because what major corporations truly listen to rap beef and say, oh, this X, Y, and Z? They don't. There's been rap beef, and there's been things that have been said in rap beef, and people, the companies didn't give two shits. They still worked with the people. They still had deals. It's like, well, we ain't seen we ain't seen Drake lose no deals. Y'all don't know shit. We don't know that man business. We don't know what kind of deals he got. I could have sworn on one song he said he lost his Sprite deal because Wayne kept pouring fire. Okay. Don't know how true that to be, but if you said it, hey, it's a possibility. We don't know everybody's dealings. We don't know everybody's dealings behind the whatchamacallit. Of course, we can speculate, but if we sit here and we wait, and when everything's rolled out on the table, they go to court, everything's rolled out on the table, we see what we see, then that's when you make your judgment. Me personally, I'm not going to let a person fuck up my shit and call me a fucking pedophile. People say, oh, well, he called such and such a... He called what? Because that's what I haven't heard y'all say. Yeah, Drake said that Kendrick beat on his wife. But a lot of y'all didn't even say that. All y'all said is Drake did the same thing. Y'all didn't say what he said. Y'all just said he did the same thing. But y'all didn't turn around and say, oh, well, Drake got a problem with Kendrick calling him a pedophile. See, to me, that's calculated. To me, that is calculated. And I'm not saying all of you, I've heard some of you omit the fact that Drake called Kendrick a woman beater. But in the next breath, in the next sentence, you would say that Drake's pissed off because Kendrick called him a pedophile. So that's irresponsible. If you are in the media and you are on a platform, you have to tell both sides of the story, and I get it. Some people are not going to do that because they have biases. But when more than a handful of you, especially the ones at the top, they get a lot of views, and the ones that garner a lot of attention, when you mention that Drake is pissed off because Kendrick called him a pedophile, but then don't turn around and say, well, Drake did the same thing and called Kendrick a woman beater. The fact that you omit that part, or you just say Drake did the same thing and Kendrick can do the same thing and say that it's a defamation suit. And I say to that, that's interesting. That's something that somebody can look into. I'm not going to look into it. Like I say, that part of the rap beef, the rap battle, just didn't do it for me, because it's, you see where the play is in, you see where the fix is in. That's it. Everybody kept on saying, oh, he won't sue Kendrick directly. No, it's not about him suing Kendrick directly. It's about you suing somebody, suing a company that you both work for. There's this thing, I know a lot of you who don't have a fucking actual job or never worked in corporate America, there's this thing called ethics, code of ethics, code of conduct. Covers a whole lot of shit. So they say, oh, well, Drake has profited in the past on us promoting him and his rap beefs. Really? So if you promoted him then, why wouldn't you promote him now? What's the difference? Because if you promoted him and you promoted Kendrick, then it's a wash. But we saw things that happen that never happens. We saw Kendrick have 100. We saw Kendrick have 100,000 likes, 1 million likes. And when you go back and you look through just the average, not Kendrick, just the average person, Mr. Beast and them, when you go back and you look at their YouTube videos and they can have 79 million fucking views and you look at how many likes they got. Not many people crack 1 million likes on a video. That's all I'm saying. Let alone dislikes. You rarely ever see somebody hit the dislike button. But if you see somebody go and say, Drake Family Matters has 100,000 dislikes. How the hell did that happen? Who the hell is hitting the dislike button? I don't think there are 100,000 Kendrick fans that cares that much to go listen to Family Matters and hit the dislike button. That's just me. That's just me. I don't think 100,000 Kendrick fans care that much to go and hit the dislike button. Why? Why would they? I'm not. If I heard Not Like Us, and I did, it's a bop. It's a sing-along. It's catchy. Why the hell would I take a little time out of my day, roll over here, Family Matters, which, I mean, dislike, and then go back? I don't see that. I don't see 100,000 people doing that. Maybe 25,000, not 100,000, but no. Crazy. A lot of other bullshit, but neither here nor there. I've kept you guys too long. But so check this out. I'm gonna do what I do, play a little music, and just kind of reiterate. It's a lot of fake shit going on out there. It's a lot of fake love going on. It's a lot of people just they're not doing they. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors. Bigger platforms, I see you. I understand what you did. You got a bag behind the scenes. It's cool. You know, that's on you. About to listen to a little music. I'll be right back, YouTube. Hold tight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the closeout. Listen, here it is right here. I'm a fan of hip-hop. Hip-hop is more than just rap. Hip-hop is a culture as a whole. You fecal, casual, bullshit-ass fans that pop in and distort the timeline with your bullshit-ass takes. Yes, I'm calling them bullshit-ass takes. Your misguided information. You're not really protecting the craft. You come in and you water it down and you make it, you cheapen it to you big platforms. To those of you who are taking the bag secretly and pushing a certain agenda, you say that you love hip-hop, and I get hip-hop is the most hypocrisy genre in the world because of the things that goes on within hip-hop, the things that you guys know about and you guys don't do anything about, the things that you say, hey, we want a better hip-hop, and it's not that. I do feel like Kendrick talks in some of his music about that, but who gonna stand with him? Yeah, we like his music, but we're not gonna call out the things in reality that makes hip hop disgusting. But we want to bring those things up and get our clickbait. We want to bring it up in, you know, when it profits and fattens our pockets. If we're gonna talk about the art, if we're gonna talk about the skills, if we're gonna talk about what hip hop was built and based off of, then let's stick to that. Don't push narratives ahead of time. Don't sit here and act as if you're innocent. Don't sit here and act as if you haven't been pushing a certain agenda. You know exactly who you are. When you can't truly, objectively, unbiasedly rate and sit down and say, this is the craft, this is the art, this is what it is. With it being a year, almost a year or a year, depending on when I drop this, there's going to be a bunch of pieces that come back up. There's going to be a bunch of you to start talking about this again and saying, let's look at the year aftermath at what's going on. And I say to you, your bias was then. Let's see how biased you are now. Let's see if you to see if they gave you another bag to double down and still paint a narrative that does not fit what it actually is. The picture is not what it seems. Too many of us are faking it until we make it. And even when we make it, we keep faking it because that's all we know. And we love the bag. In my opinion, Kanye said it the best. They made us love their wealth and hate ourselves. Listen, I am that guy, the one and only Nerdy G. This is Oh That's Random Podcast, the podcast where we take a little time to explore the extraordinary and ordinary. Until next time, I'm out.